Welcome to the Keg and Crow, where we love all things Warhammer. Today I'm going to be assembling the Red Gobbo miniature that came out in 2021 for Christmas. My wife gave it to me, and I've opened the box, and here's the instruction manual on how to assemble it. And a nice little treat is it also comes with a stat line for Warhammer. It comes in multiple languages, and I can only read the one. So now I'm assembling or cutting everything out, which is of course the first thing you got to do. And I made a terrible mistake of not holding the piece that I was clipping, and it went flying into my hot chocolate, and I had to drink my hot chocolate down to the bottom without swallowing the little goblin's foot. And now anybody who knows me knows that I love squigs, and I just love what they've done with like a reindeer squig. It looks fantastic. After cutting everything out, you obviously got to go to the next most important step, which is getting rid of all the mold lines. So I've cut off any big chunks with the knife or the snips, and now I don't have like a mold line remover. I just use the back end of my X-Acto knife, and that just works fine for me. A lot of people don't do it, but I find it really helps with the quality of the miniature itself, and you don't see the mold lines, and it just makes it better. Now I'm gluing it all together. Starting from the bottom with the base and moving my way up the squig. Putting the second half of the squig on, and I almost forgot to put the tongue in, which is very important because I don't want a big empty mouth, because the lights are hanging out of his mouth, and he needs something to be holding on to instead of just hovering in his mouth. Excuse me. You're going to be hearing that because I'm not going to be re-recording this. I've now glued on the head, and the squig is more or less completely done, and I've got to do the goblin, which is, something I love about Games Workshop miniatures is not only are they incredibly talented designers they have creating these, but they're usually pretty easy to assemble. Not always. There's a few exceptions to that rule, of course, but most miniatures are pretty easy to assemble, and if they don't just naturally pop in together, then you're probably doing it wrong. So the goblin is mostly together now. I just got to do his pockets and his head. I don't know why they had the pockets separate for this. Usually they would just kind of have that as part of the coat, but I don't know, I guess I wanted them sticking out, and it would have been too hard to have the mold do it properly. I don't know. All I know is that I managed to get it to go together pretty well. I almost screwed up on the head. I thought it was on right, and then I'll always double check the pieces, especially if you're just gluing it all together really fast like I am, because sometimes you put it together and then it shifts. So just double check it as you're going, because once the glue completely dries, it's a pain in the butt to try and take apart. Now I put on the pockets with the grenade and the handgun in the other pocket. And the worst piece to put on this whole thing were these lights. It only touches at 2 points. The coat and inside the squig's mouth, and it doesn't want to go to where it's supposed to go in the squig's mouth. So I just ended up putting a little gob of glue on some teeth and glued it to that, and then used the tip of the knife to scrape away any excess glue. So once it's painted, you won't see that there used to be a big gob of glue there. Also, there's a little optional piece here, which is the Reindeer Nose. They don't show that on the cover of the box, which I feel is a shame, because look at that. And the camera didn't want to focus, but don't worry, I got some photos that I took. Lighting isn't the greatest, but I'll work better on that for the next ones. You can see this from all of the point of views, and it's just a wonderfully crafted miniature. And squig face, I love it. And that's everything for today. I will be uploading another video shortly of me painting said miniature. This is Keg signing off and going to work, because YouTube doesn't pay my bills.